Hello and welcome to this video on promotion. So we've been looking at the marketing department, and we've established that the marketing department used the 4Ps to try and maximize sales and meet customers' requirements profitably. And here we're going to look at the promotional mix and promotion in particular. So in this video, we're going to look at the promotional strategies that a business might use, some of the pros and cons of these, look at the factors influencing the promotional mix, and then we're going to finish off with a bit on branding. So promotion is that part of the marketing mix that's about communicating with the customer. It's about informing and persuading customers about the product in order to sell that product. The aim is to increase sales. How can we do this through promotion? We can make them aware that the product exists. We can remind them that the product exists. We can make them think about the product in a different way. We can provide them with information about the product, and we can try and encourage people to become repeat customers. And a marketing department will normally think about what promotional mix they should use. And this is the combination of promotional activities a firm might use to create awareness and generate sales. So there's a number of different options available to businesses. Here is the promotional mix that we need to be aware of. And it's worth bearing in mind that promoting is not the same as advertising. Advertising is just a form of promotion. It's one element of the promotional mix. Now, these elements must be selected and used in a cohesive and consistent manner. So let's go through these now. Let's start off with advertising. And this is paid for communication. Typically what a business will do is pay a TV company or a newspaper or an agency to make an advert for them that's then run online or in a cinema or on billboards, etc. So paying another business to make an advert for you. Now, consumers tend to be bombarded by lots of advertising, so it can be quite hard to get through to customers. And it can be very expensive to do, but you do reach a very wide range of potential customers. Okay, the next one is a sales promotion. So this is quite tactical and tends to be at the point of sale, so where the actual consumer actually physically buys the product. And it's an incentive designed to boost sales in the short run. For example, buy one, get one free, or 3 for 10 euros, something like this. Some promotions are aimed at consumers, others are aimed at intermediaries. So, for example, retailers, if you're a wholesaling business. The next one is public relations, sometimes known as PR. And this is communicating with the media, so communicating with newspapers, the radio, etc., to try and get favorable publicity. So this is different to an advert. You approach perhaps the New York Times and you say, "Hi, we're Apple, we're releasing this brand new product. Would you like to run a story about it?" So you're not making an advert and running it in the newspaper. You're just trying to get the newspaper to talk about your product. And if they talk about it, then it's making it more aware to customers. So this is trying to build the image and reputation of the business or its brand, to communicate with customers and other stakeholders. A related area of this would be sponsorship. Okay, next up is personal selling. Now this is on a person-to-person basis, so having direct contact with someone and promoting your product or business. So for example, by telephone, at meetings, retail outlets, or by just knocking on people's doors. So meeting with a potential customer to close a sale. And this tends to be for high-priced, low-volume items. Perhaps a yacht would be a good example, or highly technical products. For example, some financial services. They rely heavily on personal selling. It's also quite common with business-to-business sales. So when one business is selling something to another business. Okay, direct marketing is our next one. And this is promotional material directed through mail, email, social media, or the phone to individuals or businesses. So targeting people and then sending them out some information. So we looked at different aspects here of the promotional mix. We're going to move on and have a look at a particular focus on branding and digital communication now. So a brand is a business or product that is easily distinguished from competitors. A brand portrays an image to the customer and makes a promise as to what they can expect based on consistency and perception. And in the background here, we can see some famous brands. So branding, the process of branding that a marketing department will do, involves creating an identity around the business or product that distinguishes it from others in the market. A brand can be easily communicated and effectively marketed. So, for example, it might be summarized, the brand might be summarized by a logo or perhaps a symbol. Again, a business would make sure that they've got their brand trademark so it can't be copied. Why do businesses spend a lot of time or thinking about branding? Well, some of the benefits include adding value, allowing a premium price to be charged, and generating customer loyalty. Now, some key terms around brand names. The dream of a brand is to become what's known as a brand noma, should I say. So, for example, we don't really call these vacuum cleaners a lot of the time. We call them Hoovers. Now, Hoovers is just the name of the company, the brand name, but it's become synonymous with the vacuum cleaner. Again, sticky tape, a lot of people know it as sellotape. It's become synonymous, and things like Pritt Stick as well. Again, it's become synonymous with the actual glue. So we call that a brand name when the brand becomes so strong it actually is just what people refer to as the product. Google would be another example. Google it. Some products tend to have brands. Here are some examples of brands associated with specific products. Some services have brands, and here are some brands associated with services. We also have corporate brands. That's the corporate entity, the kind of overall company, have a brand identity as opposed to the specific product or service. And then we have what are known as sometimes as family or umbrella brands. And that's when a brand is assigned to more than just one product. Own label brands as well is another example of here of corporate branding. So retail outlets assign their corporate branding to a range of products or services. Two more key terms here, brand extension and brand stretching. Now, brand extension is when a business uses a brand name on a new product that has some of the brand's characteristics. An example here might be Mars ice cream. So Mars bars using their brand for chocolates to try and release it on a similar product here, ice cream. And brand stretching is where a brand is used for a diverse range of products, not necessarily connected. So if you're aware of the Virgin Group, they use the Virgin brand name across many different services, finance, Virgin Mobile, Virgin leisure centres, lots of different things, and they use the brand to help across the range. Rebranding is when a business will give a new name, term or symbol or a combination of these things to an established brand to try and create a new identity in the eyes of the consumers or competitors or investors. Some examples are rebranding of Stella Artois and perhaps Old Spice, which is a male aftershave. So how do we go about building a brand? Well, the first thing is to try and identify, make our products or business, service different to the competition. So creating a unique selling point or characteristic within a brand that makes it stand out. Secondly, a lot of brands are built through advertising, creating awareness and desire for a brand by communicating a clear brand message. Thirdly, sponsorship is often used to help build a brand. And fourthly, and importantly, increasingly these days, the use of social media. So targeting news feeds on Facebook, for example, or trying to create viral marketing through advertising are promotional techniques to try and encourage the spread of the brand awareness. So in this video, we've looked at promotion, different promotional strategies a business might use, some of the advantages and disadvantages of the promotional mix, with a particular focus on branding. That's it. Thank you very much for listening.